rushing around to get this up online. Our website is jollyrogerukulele.com. Run over there and pick up the sheet music. Today we have an exciting day ahead. We are finishing up book 1. So today will be and then on Thursday we're going to have a play what you want day, right? So we can play anything you think out of book 1 on Friday, or Thursday. Did I do this correctly? Hold on, double checking my update here. Update. Today we are playing the key of F Arpeggio for the last time, Aloha Oe for the last time, Scarborough Fair for the last time, and then on Thursday, then we'll do anything from book 1, open session, and then we've wrapped up book 1 for the latest iteration of that. Book 2 today, Beautiful Dreamer, Camptown Races, Hard Times Come Again No More, Jeanie with the Light Brown Hair, Oh Susanna. I don't have baritone sheets posted for that, unfortunately. So our baritone players will have to be satisfied with being chord people today. https://jollyrogerukulele.com, and let's put on a little image on there. Open and tweet. Alright, so we've tweeted, and I got a notification here. Why would I have a notification? Ukulele Angel, awesome. Alright, so there's Twitter. We are on the website, I think. Let me go make sure. View page. Scroll down. Past the orchestra stuff. If I click here, it should open up to me, which is patience. It did. All right, good, very good. And I can never tell if it's YouTube running slow or my computer running slow. I think mostly it's my computer running slow. I need to grab sheet music. Where is my sheet music? Hold on. I'll be right back. Alright, I don't have everything memorized out of books 1 and 2, so it'll be helpful to have this. Alright, let's see who's wandered in today. Live streaming. Close. Sandy is here already. 33 degrees and snowing again up in northern Michigan. Getting about ready for summer. Don't lose hope, Sandy. I have faith that summer's headed your way. Yago, who's in Southern California, got summer, no problem. All right, so let's finish up this. As you are playing through this, this is the next couple of days would be a great time for you to look through the stuff from book 1, and if there's something in particular you want to cover this coming Thursday, please let me know so that we can make sure that we're meeting all of your expectations. I'd like to start with playing. Oops. Have you ever gone anywhere with your case with no ukulele in it? I have. All right, here's a ukulele. Let's use this one. Nice. All right. Key of F Arpeggio. Let's make that one our warm-up piece. We've tried it several times now, so this should be our moment. Let's play, and then let me see. Don't have my viewer up. Let's make sure I look like I'm centered in the screen anyway. All right. Oh, I see what that is. Okay. F major arpeggio on ukulele. If you're on baritone, obviously you play chords, and then if you are on either a high G or low G ukulele, you play the tab. Okay, or the standard notation line, whichever works for you. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. D minor. B flat, C chord, open F. Bar on 5. Add your middle finger, take it off. Page turn, slide it back. Glissandos, melody. Repeat, let me change my paper and go. Slide up. F chord. Fifth fret. Change the paper, go. Let go of your chord until the ukulele is completely died away, done its thing, right? We want it to just be like, ugh, okay? Because you got a fermata on that last note, and we want to take that seriously. There it is, right? Hopefully that's coming out of your ukulele at this point. If you're getting to those bar chords and there's a bunch of clunking, that's very normal. I wouldn't worry about that at all. That's going to go away eventually. Let's go grab the C major one on baritone. Baritone C major. And let's give that a try. Let's give the same exact everything, but in a different key. Let me tune this guy up. I just yanked him out of the closet, so he hasn't been getting played much. Big throaty old-fashioned sound to it. By the way, I'm baritone, and I know Yago has one. You got a little bit of interesting choices to make in terms of where you play here. On ukulele and baritone mostly we play here to where the body and the neck come together. So basically right here, get this nice soft pretty sound, right? But if you play further down, tense sound. Ding, 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 ding. Play it down here next to the bridge. Just gets softer here, up to the middle of the actual middle of the string on this particular baritone's right here. A real harp-like feeling to it. So when you're thinking about presenting a song, you might play it in different places on the fretboard to get different feelings out of it. All right, let's play the C major. Ukulele players, you are on chords, and these are your chords, right? So you should be able to play right along with me with no problem. 1, 2, ready, go. Repeat and go. Pitch 2. The nice part about baritones is they ring, right? They just keep going and going and going. So at some point, when you're ready to stop us, you're like, all right, now shut up, baritone. You just take the heel of your palm here and just drag it up over the bridge, and that'll shut it down. Okay. Hush. Be quiet. So yeah, so there we go. Isn't that lovely? Hopefully you grabbed your ukulele and you're like, yep, I can totally make that happen. Nice. All right, next up on our list of the hits today, I don't even remember. What are we playing today? We are playing Aloha Oe next. Grab your baritone version of Aloha Oe, and let's make that happen. Now remember, with Aloha Oe, it's a first shot, best shot kind of thing, right? So you want to get it perfect right off the bat. So every note matters, okay? And this is a stretch piece for level 1. So if you're like, geez, I don't think I'm quite playing good enough for this, you should struggle with it a tiny bit. From the top, 3B count in, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. Again, just let it ring out. Reach up, shut your guitar, I started to say, down with the heel of your palm, because otherwise that note's going to ring for a while and your audience is like, can we clap yet? Because that was awesome. That was the greatest song I ever heard. There you go. Nice, right? Very peaceful. One of those songs that's hard to play, but you could take plenty of time getting to it, and just let it take its own sweet time, becoming. Yeah, Sandy said pretty, right? It is pretty. Not a lot of people know it. That haven't heard Elvis sing it, but it really, and the nice part about it is written by a Queen of Hawaii, right? And she was a huge fan of ukulele, and so it's really a song that it's kind of ours, right? We don't have very much music that's written on a ukulele, for a ukulele, by ukulele players, and we're playing 2 of them today, right? All of the Arpeggio and this Aloha Oe. All right, let's try it on a ukulele. Let's see what it sounds like. Okay, if you're on baritone, you've got chords, and baritone chords, these are not bad. A chord, D chord, and E7 is there. So that's your baritone chords. Your ukulele chords, A chord, D chord, and E7. Now, note on a few of these places where E7s come up and it says 1, 2, 4, you might see me sliding up and just playing a little mini bar chord of everything on 4. I'm finding over time that there are times when 1, 2, 4 sounds best, and there's times when 4, 4, 4 sounds best. And so it's I've sort of made some amendments to my version of this, and really you're thinking, what should I do? I don't know. You'll figure it out. just know that a lot of times when you're arranging music or putting in your chords or figuring things out, what one person does and what another person does may be quite different. But as long as the necessary effect happens, that's what we're after. And and that's what separates a pro from an amateur. Is a pro has gone through every moment, every detail, everything in the song, and tried to create something that's unique to them, so that when they play it, it's like, oh, I see. The way nobody can play a song like Bruce Springsteen. Well, of course, everybody can play a song like Bruce Springsteen, but he brings his own Bruceness to it, right? And only he can pull that off. And so you bring your own, Yago-ness to it or whatever, and and be mindful that every piece of paper that you're dealing with is just recipe. Your job is to spice it up. Let's give this one a try from the top. 3-beat countdown, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. That's probably the way to play it. That just like it says on the major 17, and then just add a second string 5 on at the end. I think that sounds the coolest. Da-da, bum. Yeah, right. Isn't that lovely, lovely little tune? All right, finally, Scarborough Fair. Let's go grab that one, and then this, of course, is. Pretty challenging piece of music, and so we'll take it nice and slow, and this is sort of your graduation gift to yourself, right? Hey man, I can play all the way through Scarborough Fair. I will point out that we talked about this on Friday with the other group, the more advanced group. Hey, this is truly a recipe. Bring something fancy to it. Make it into something more than what you just see here on the paper. And you absolutely can. So I'm probably going to give you a little bit fancied up version of this. You stick to what you're doing, right? You stay true to your sheet music as best you can. And I will try to fancy mine up just a little bit, and we'll try to beat together. And I'll just make it maybe a little more interesting. Maybe. Let's find out. From the top, we play down to 18 and come back and play it a second time. 1, 2, 3. Whoops, I'm sorry, I missed an 8. I'm like, wait, there's another note there, and I was already going on to the next measure. I forgot my 8. Let's start from the top again. I apologize. 1, 2, 3. Second ending. Isn't that lovely? That's just a really, really peaceful, beautiful piece of music. 1670, that was tossed. Somebody tossed it together in 1670, and they're like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. We'll go with that. And you're like, that's a pretty good job, guy in 1670, whoever you were. It's pretty daggone nice. I just realized that I can hang both ukuleles on this little stand I have. I'm very excited about that. All right. So, final version of Scarborough Fair on baritone. And by the way, good job, Sandy, for putting up with G minor. Okay? So now we go to D minor on ukulele. That's that one. D minor. C of course is here, and F of course is there. So these are great chords for ukulele as well. Okay, baritone players, let's make this happen. Make it as pretty and as you can do it. Down to 18. Come back to the top. 1, 2, 3. Second ending. Isn't that lovely? That 3 and 1 should be an 8 and 6 on the second string. Nice. All right, guys. So, Thursday, look through book one. Whatever you want to play is fine with me. If you don't pick something, I pick something, right? And so you know what I'm going to pick. the stuff, whatever thing you hated, that's the thing I'll accidentally pick. So come in on Thursday with, hey, I'd like to play this. I'd like to try this. I want to go back and revisit this. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you will be set. Now, we're going to move on to book two, obviously, here. And they're wrapping up their time this week as well, not because they're done. You're never done with book two, but with I have finals coming up, and then I need a couple weeks off to get ready for Summer Institute. So we won't meet after this week for book one and book two. The Tuesday, Thursday class will go on hiatus for a little bit. Then in the summer, I'm still working out all the details of the schedule. I've just about got it nailed down on what I want to do. So that's what's going on for you guys this week. So obviously sitting on book two, because we're going to run through the Stephen Foster stuff, which I haven't worked on at all. Baritone players, you're going to be on chords today because I don't have copies of that for you. And so book two, ukulele book two. And I'm 99% sure I've never even downloaded these into my computer. So let me do that real quick. We do have a baritone version of Camptown Races, so we'll probably that'll be what you get to do today. All right, that'll be your lead. Otherwise, all these others are well-known Stephen Foster tunes, they got great melodies. Like, the guy really knew what he was doing when it came to writing music. The problem with Stephen Foster is Thursday, no G minor or D minor. Sandy's like, you know what? Let's just blanket it and say no minor chords at all, right? With Stephen Foster, here's the good news and the bad news. The good news is the guy was the first legitimate American paid music composer. The other good news is that the guy really was very much ahead of his time in terms of pop music and making music that really appealed to the masses and really just plugged into exactly what people wanted at the time. Think about Sia or Ariana Grande, or plugging into that teenage vibe, or the red-haired kid from England with the small guitar. He's plugging into little ladies who want to hear love songs, or the metal, the hair bands of the late of the 90s, with the makeup. They plugged into a zeitgeist with their audience. Stephen Foster plugged into what is America, right? Now, the problem, of course, is that what America was at the time was a giant racist factory of terribleness. And so a lot of these songs are not, the originals are not even presentable, honestly. And so just be mindful of that. If you decide, you know what, I'm going to play this I'm going to work up a Stephen Foster gig, there's going to be people who are not cool with what you're doing. And so just be mindful of that. I'm not against the music. I think what he wrote was amazing. But I am saddened that we have to have this conversation each time. I mean, he plugged right into minstrel shows, which were super racist and super horrible. And yet, people loved him at the time. So I think he's a man of his age, where at the moment in time he met a need. As we look back on it, we're like, really, they needed that? Sort of thing. 1862, the world, obviously the United States is in the middle of a war with itself. It's kind of a tough time. Let's talk about Beautiful Dreamer. We only have the ukulele version. I'm going to get a baritone version of this together. Welcome in, Robin. Good to see you. 52 degrees up there, I hear, today. That is perfect. Almost perfect, right, in Vancouver weather. Still cloudy. Here's for some more. Now, Beautiful Dream. The thing I like about it is, I mean, this thing's just got, like, are you kidding me? There's mermaids and all, right? It's just a lovely tune, and it's Beautiful Dream with starlight and dewdrops are waiting for the sounds of the rude world. Da, da, da. It's almost a lullaby, right? And it's really, really pretty and beautiful. Your version takes about 20 minutes to play, so I want to run through it and sort of ignoring repeats a little bit. Let's do the first 11 measures. These are an intro, okay, and it's basically the intro and outro are the same, and that's something for those of you guys that are interested in writing music. Always look to the end of the song to create intros, because at the end of the song there's going to be this little thing here, which is going to be very similar to the outro, or to the outro. You just go there, beautiful dreamer, wake unto me, right? And then I'm like, okay, I'll take that, stick it up on top, fancy it up just a little bit. And so that's an easy way to get an intro to any song, is go look at your the outro. It's waiting there for you. Here's your B, D chord on baritones. Obviously, this is nothing for you. D's, G's, A's, and there's one other chord in here. No, this is the 3-chord song. D's, G's, and A's. There's nothing here for you, right? Just play right along. Hey, Fran, welcome in. 81 degrees in California. Shut up, Fran. Whatever. Good luck. Good job. We have kind of a medium day here in Colorado. It's sort of, right? It's fine. I was out earlier. Didn't need a coat. I'll take it. So let's talk about this D chord. And this is a D chord with a D on the top. That is a very stable, beautiful sounding chord. It is awesome. It is very not unlike your C chord, right? Very stable, very beautiful. But this is a handy chord. D is here. E is on the 4th fret. G is on the 5th fret. G is on the 7th fret. Okay, and very occasionally I've used an A on the 9th fret, sorry. Okay, I don't use that very often, because honestly you got a much better A chord right here, but it's possible. Right, that's probably the biggest moment in the song. So oh, it looks like I disconnected and reconnected. I apologize if there was a hiccup. All right, from the top, nice and slow, just so we can learn the song. 1, and I'm going to count in 1, 2, 3. And the original, I believe, of this piece of music was I think it was a 9/8. And the problem with 9/8 is you're counting up to 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7 has 2 syllables in it, so it's always a problem. I just count it as 7, 8, 9, right? But most of the time when you see a song like that, there's not really any reason it's like that. It's really a song in 3. And so I just put this in 3. It gets way easier to count. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's give it a try. I'm going to pluck for no reason other than I'm going to pluck right now. Here we go. From the top. 1, 2, 3. 5, 4, 5. Open. Open. G chord. O. Real G chord. Dum, bum, bum, bum. A chord. Bum, bum. Whoops, I hit it. Have you ever done this? You look down and you're like, oh, that note's pretty far up. I'll use that one, and that's at the 7. My 10 is way up here, right? So I'm on this little ukulele. I'm thinking, I wonder how I got. You would think I would know. Hey, I gotta go way down on this ukulele. So for measure 7, please. 1, 2, 3. And then a bar chord on the 9. Nice G chord. Keep going. 2, 3, 2, 3. G chord. A chord. D chord. Bar D. 2, 3, 2, 3. A section there. I didn't have to move anything on my hand hardly. Bar 7. Back to the A section. 2, 3, 2, 3. And then let's just skip the repeat and keep going. Here's the ending. And that lullaby, it's like, I almost feel like a lullaby, right? It just has that just very peaceful, lovely sound. And I'm definitely far and away my favorite Stephen Foster song. And if he had just written stuff like this and not the nonsense that he wrote, we would still be being studied, right? He would still be like one of the darlings of the American musical plays. But it is what it is. So work on that one a little bit. Baritones, yours will come out. I don't see anything on here that I would change dramatically. Here's the question. Here's a little pop quiz for you. If this is what I'm playing on ukulele, what is that on a baritone? What chord is that? Pop quiz. Waits for a second to see if they know the answer. The correct answer is A, right? Because this is your A chord. Here's your bar A, and your pinky's on an A up here. So we're working in the key of D on ukulele. You'll be working in the key of A for baritone. And if you're working in the key of A for baritone, what are your accompanying chords? So in this case, D, I always do it this way. D is your main chord. E, F, G is your fourth chord. That comes up in this song. And then, of course, the fifth chord always is your A. So you're working in ukulele on D, G, and A, 1, 4, and 5. Well, when you look at it in the key of A, like you will on baritone, then the two chords that go with that are B, C, D, and E, right? So then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I love those chords on baritone, right? D, G, and A for ukulele, A, D, and E for baritone. And so while the tablature will look identical, the key you're in is quite different, and in this case really works. If I could set every single song in D for ukulele, it would magically be an A for baritone, and life would be really sweet, and it would be very boring after about 6 months of that. So that's why we don't do that. From June to October, we'll have weather in the high 90s to 100s, and then we'll be wishing we had your... Yeah, that's true, Fran, right? She comes in, she's like, yeah, it's great here in SoCal. And you're like, okay, well, let's talk this summer. It's a good point. All right, let's talk about a couple of the other ones. I don't want to spend near the time on the other ones because these other ones you probably know. Camptown Races, go grab that. Just grab the ukulele version. Baritones, your version's already out, so nothing will change there. But Camptown Races... This is another one of those songs where you're just like, wow, I just cannot believe that he sat down and wrote this, because it's great melody and absolutely horrendous words, and you're just like, geez Louise, Steve. Camptown Races, yeah, you can play the melody, you can play the tough uke. It's fine, right? But it's really one you're supposed to have a little bit of fun with. And so I would look towards strumming this one. The Camptown ladies sing this song. Do-da, do-da. The Camptown races are miles long. Oh, do-do. Going to run all night, going to run all day. I'll bet my money on the bobtail nag. Somebody bet on the bay. And these are all really, really sanitized versions of the original lyrics, so just know that. The long-tailed filly with the big black hoss flew down the track, and they both cut across. I don't know what that means exactly, but apparently cutting across is bad. The blind horse stuck in a big old mud hole. You can't touch the bottom with a 10-foot pole, right? So the horse falls in this giant mud pit, right? An old mule cow came onto the track. The bobtail flung her over his back. Just meant to be like this chaotic Keystone Cops kind of scene. Then flew along with a railroad car running a race with a shooting star. Like this one horse is really flying, right? They see them flying in a 10-mile heat around the racetrack and then repeat. So 20 miles, right? That doesn't happen in horse racing. It's just being silly. I won my money on the bobtail nag. I keep my money in an old tow bag, right? So he has all this money and he's shoving it in his old crummy bag, right? The whole thing is meant to be just comical, I guess, and so it's not funny anymore. But at the time, people would have been right, hanging out in the minstrel show with all this silliness going on. But it does evoke an image. That's one thing that the lyrics do, is really, this crazy, goofy scene going on with all these horses and everything going crazy. And at the end of the day, he walks out a winner from his betting. So that's what's going on here. We will probably just play the Tough Uke next on Thursday, but definitely sit down and just try singing it. It's kind of fun. Let's look at Hard Times Again No More. That's actually a good song. Hard Times Again No More. A lot of folk musicians have covered Hard Times Come No More. Let me share this with my thing, so I don't have to do it later. And then whoops, go back. Hard Times Come Again No More. Arlo Guthrie, I think, covered it, and several other folk music type people. And so let's talk a little bit about this. Again, baritone players, yours will be identical. If I'm working in the key of G on ukulele, that means you're going to be working in the key of D. If I'm on ukulele and I'm in the key of G, I can be rest assured G, A, B, C, and D are coming along for the ride when it comes to folk music. So G chord, C chord, and D chord. And frankly, most music, experimental music won't do that. Modern music might mess around with it, but pretty much you can count on a song from the olden times that you can sing along with. If you're in G, G, A, B, C, and D are coming along for the ride. And what do you got on the very first line? G, C, and D, right? Oh, well, works out pretty slick. If you're going to do this song in the key of D, then of course G and A come along for the ride. Okay, let's run through this real quick. Again, ignoring. Whoops, cancel. It wanted to call the tablature. That's funny. Ignoring the repeats, right? We'll just play through and see if we can at least capture the essence of how the song goes, and then give you a chance to work on. I like this song. I think it's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. Whoops. So there's your intro, and I'll bet if I go to the outro, I'll have something almost identical to that, which I do, right? And that's how you create intros. When you're like, oh, I need a little introduction to this song, just go look at your ending, and it's sitting right there for you. One more time, that little intro. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blunk, ba-da-bum, blunk, blunk. bar chord on 7, pinky on 10. That's your G chord. And then the ending will be the same thing, right, as the intro. And hard times come again no more. And that C chord there doesn't belong there, but it's really cool. So go listen to a couple of versions of this on YouTube, but it's let us pause in the life's pleasures and count its many tears, right? While we all sup sorrows with the poor, while we're all hanging out with it, being poor, basically, there's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. And so it's one of these things where you sing when you're sad and poor. I like the song quite a bit, and I think it's worth your time, right? So we'll play that more seriously on Thursday. And then let me see what I'm missing to talk about. I like that way better than the horse track one. And then I think we got one more here. Hold on. What's the other one I'm supposed to have up here for you? Two more. Jeanie with the light brown hair. Jeanie with the light brown hair is a lovely tune, right? One of the things that got famous back in the day, there was a strike. I think it was composers went on strike against radio stations because they were playing the music without paying the composers their royalties. So the musicians went on strike, and apparently that Jeanie with the light brown hair was just played on the radio over and over and over while they were waiting to resolve the strike. This piece of music is actually worth your time in terms of being able to play it on it from a ukulele perspective. I dream of Jeanie with the light brown hair, born like a vapor on the summer air. I see her tripping where the bright streams play, happy as a daisy that dances on her way. Okay, and then the A section comes back, but you've got a lot of nice ukulele skills here going on. Let's play just a little bit. Grab your 5. And again, if you're on baritone, yours will come out and be identical to this. Instead of in the key of F, you're going to be in the key of C. Okay, and key of F, as you guys know, is a little bit more challenging. From the top, 1, 2, 3. B flat, F chord. This is not this. You'd think this was an F, but it's not. It's a D minor. So put your bar on 5, ring on 7, and pinky on 8. That's a tough moment. Take the 8 off, and then back to your F chord. G chord. Okay, back to the 5. Of Jeanie with the light brown hair, D minor, born like a... Now here is an F chord, another F chord, this G chord. Turn the page. A minor with this 3 on the top. G chord. And that's sort of a dramatic way to end that, and then keep going. Another D minor up high. Wrap up here. D minor, add your pinky. And then go to your second ending. Really pretty song, and Jeanie sounds lovely, right? She's a very very pleasant little person, and so you got that one. That's, I'd say, if you wanted to put in your time, I would put in it on Beautiful Dreamer, Jeanie with Light Brown Hair, and Hard Times Come Again No More. Those are all pretty legit tunes that are a little less horrible than the other ones. Oh Susanna, obviously a lot of people know this tune, and again, I'm not that fond of it, simply because of the original lyrics are not what you have in front of you. Well, I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Right, and we always change it to ukulele on my knee. And pretty straightforward here. Lots of F chord and C7, right? So it's really a 2-chord song. This keeps wanting to call I gotta open it up in the 4th chord. Otherwise, it tries to call the tablature number. And it's all F and C7 except for when you get to the last little bit and you got that B flat chord in there. That's it. So everything's F and C until you get to that one measure at measure 9, and you want to, and it's a great chance to practice both your B flats. Where's my 5? So B flat. Oh, Susanna. Oh, and then you go right back to the F chord. Don't you? So measure 9 is where the thing actually happens. Also, I think it's not unimportant. If you look at this song, almost the entire thing's on the first string. So you can actually strum it and play it at the same time. As long as when you get when the melody jumps down to the second string, you got to be you got to finesse it a little bit. So let me give you an example. Well, now I'm going to use my F chord and I'm just going to strum. Come from Alabama. Now I've got the melody is on the second string, so I don't want to hit this first string if I can. One way to not do that is just take your pinky and rub it up against the first string. Right? Now this is the melody note coming out, and I've successfully prevented this one from going up. Okay, so if I do. Whoops. Page 2, and just keep getting some serious strumming into it. B flat. So you could probably, in order to make this song interesting, because people know it and they're like, I don't know. I guess if you're from Alabama, it'd probably be pretty fun. And if you play banjo, it might be kind of fun. You can go get a banjo ukulele. I don't recommend it necessarily, but you could. Then you can play that one like legit, right? But I would say it works perfectly fine as a tough uke piece. It works fine, but it'd be more fun to kind of get after it a little bit and do some pretty heavy down strums on it. Turn it into something that's fun to play, right? Turn it into something that's all yours. All right, so to wrap up our discussion here, I'm really hoping to get baritone pieces put up for all 5 or 6 or 20 or however many songs are on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you already have one for Camptown Races, which is the dumbest song of all of them. And then I'm going to get posted Beautiful Dreamer, Hard Times Coming In, and Jeanie for sure. And I'll try to get the Oh Susanna one done as well, so that those of you with baritones can also work on those. And then on Thursday, we'll play through all that. And then that's going to wrap up our Tuesday, Thursday sessions for a while. I got finals during May, and I have the need to put in a little bit of effort into getting summer school ready to go. And so I think we'll just take May off. That seems like the smartest thing to do. We will continue the Friday group. Now on Friday you've got Scarborough Fair. That's another reason to study the Book 1 song Scarborough Fair, is to turn it into something. And then Build Me Up, Buttercup, and Both Sides Now are both really pretty songs. So those are for Friday, so you might want to grab those and take a look at them. At the very minimum, come in and play the melody, right? Even if you're just working through Book 1 right now, come in and work on playing melody side by side with me. And that, I promise, when you play with other people and you sort of match up, you want somebody who's stronger than you sitting next to you play while you play melody or you play chords, and you're listening to them while you're doing your deal, and it will make you a better player faster if you do that. So come on Friday for Scarborough Fair, Build Me Up, Buttercup, and Both Sides Now. I like all 3 of those songs a lot. And then on Thursday we'll play through the Stephen Foster stuff. Show up a little bit early. Hopefully by Wednesday night I will have the baritone pieces published, and you can go through and make sure you know your chords. And and then look at the summer list and think of if there's anything on there that you want to learn that is not on that list. Send me an email so I can take a look at whether I have the skills to teach it or not. And there we go. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It sounds like summer's mostly creeping in, except for Sandy. I think it's still snowing up there. But I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking in. And I will see all y'all Thursday. Peace. Mm-hmm.